Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Trendy Guy Orko, and this is your host Orko Provokar. Today in this special video I am going to talk about the reality of sun under lockdown. So what is the case? What the scientists are trying to say about this topic? Is sun really under lockdown? Well, scientists are about to say that the advent of coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic, which has been spread throughout the world, and the doctors has specially advised people not to go outside or to have direct physical contact and to maintain social distancing. Or they are saying that the best way to avoid this coronavirus is to stay indoors or to quarantine themselves in their homes. And with this also, the scientists are also saying another speculation that sun has gone under a period of lockdown. So what will happen? People are saying that sun is under lockdown. That means earth will be destroyed. Oh my god. Earthquakes, droughts, famines and much more. But what is the reality? We will see in this video. So before continuing to this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel Trendy Guy Orko, and don't forget to hit the bell notification to stay notified for more video updates. So let's not waste the time and continue this and start this video. The claim of today's speculation is that by spring 2020, the sun had entered a lockdown period where its solar activity decreased to the point that famine, earthquakes, and freezing weather were threatening the life on Earth. And that is all because of solar lockdown. But this claim is mostly false. So, what is the truth? Solar activity, which is often defined by the amount of sunspots on the star's surface pendulating on a roughly 11-year cycle. The most recent cycle, which began in late 2008, peaking with the sunspots in April 2014 and then steadily decreasing until reaching a solar minimum or a period of zero sunspots in late 2019 to 20. That means, yes, by spring 2020, solar activity had reached a so-called lockdown or solar minimum. What's the false? While the sun had entered a so-called lockdown period, the number of sunspots on the star's surface decreased to zero or none, technically calling it a solar minimum, and by spring 2020, it was a normal occurrence for the star and was not projected by scientists to threaten the life on Earth with famine, earthquakes, and freezing weather. So what is the origin? In mid-May 2020, as people worldwide remain quarantined to limit the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus disease, social media posts claim not only were the humans responsible for sheltering in place during the pandemic, but our live source, the sun, had gone in lockdown too. Now, there's a small video on this. Recirculating the sensational headlines on the concept, including the New York Post's May 14 article, the sun has entered a lockdown period which could cause freezing weather and famine. And this claim was also determined by Sarah Scholes, a peer author of the reviewed Science magazine of the American Association for Advancement of Science. She also said that the decreasing of the point of the magnetic circles from the sun can cause a solar maximum, but not earthquakes and destructions. As of May 2020, the sun remained at a solar minimum, which means one fact of the claim was right, that the sun had entered a so-called lockdown period or solar minimum by spring 2020 was true. Dr. Tony Phillips, a former NASA researcher who now runs a daily website with the astronomy updates for scientists called In a May 2020, emailing that scientists expected that the latest phase to the last through much, if not at all, of was 2020. Those flows of solar wind can cause a space weather effects if or when they hit the Earth's magnetic field, according to the NASA. In 2017 article about the solar maximum and solar minimum in 2019 and 20, NASA said these effects can include temporary disturbance of the Earth's magnetic sphere called geomagnetic storms and auroras and disruption to communication and navigational system. But during the solar minimum, the NASA article stated that this natural heating mechanism subsides, adding the Earth's atmosphere cooling and to some degree can collapse without a normal drag to the space junk tends to hang around. That means it is accurate to say that solar minimum can affect the space weather through impacts remain at the atmospheric level. Now, the tabloid of the Sun magazine, which stated another report in the first paragraph, said that our sun has gone into lockdown, which could cause freezing weather. But in his email of Tony Phillips, he states the record straight that he did not provide any type of interview to the Sun, stating where he writes the use statement on his website spaceweather.com under the misleading pretense that solar minimum would cause catastrophic effects and it would destroy the Earth. So in sum, given the inaccurate news reporting to that spurred the claim that the fact that solar minimum can affect the space weather only but not typically can cause destruction as well as catastrophic impacts for humans on Earth, as well as the prediction which have been taken up by the scientists to 2019-2020 was similar, and we rate this claim as mostly false. So hope you have watched the video and liked this video very much. Make sure to give a thumbs up and also share, like and comment, and also please subscribe the channel Trendy Guy Arko and hit the bell notification. Again, I am saying this. So I'll be back again next time with a new video. Till then, stay tuned and